Welcome to I Reviews, the show where I review Marvel and DC comics, and today I review Uncanny X-Men issue 11. The comic begins at a research facility at Utah, where we see two guards standing guard at the facility. One of the guards starts to feel weird, and the other guard wonders what's going on, and then, just as he asks that, the guard turns into a monster and charges at the guard, beating him till death. After this happens, we see a group of mutants enter the facility, with one of the mutants using her powers to melt the gates open. Their boss contacts the group and tells them to proceed with the mission, and then one of the mutants tells everyone that he detects 24 guards in the facility, so they will need to act quick and strike fast, and as the other mutant burns a hole into the door, the group of mutants start to charge at the soldiers. Their boss tells the group that even though mutants are all but extinct, the humans still create weapons to eradicate them. They fear what they can do, and they even fear the possibility of them coming together, and they fear that mutants may rise up, and now that they're here, they will show them that they're right to be afraid of them. After the group of mutants handles with the soldiers, they find weapons that they've been working on to kill mutants, and so they're stealing these weapons for their own needs. One of the mutants detects that the facility is on high alert of their arrival, and more soldiers are coming their way, but the boss tells them not to fear. He has dispatched backup to handle with them. One of the other mutants realizes what they're doing, and he doesn't want to be a part of it. He just wanted to rest. The boss hears this and tells him that if he wishes to sleep, then by all means, he can, so the boss kills the mutant, ending him. Elsewhere, we go to War Room X in the Savage Land as we see Mona dealing with her and her brother both inhabiting the same body. Her brother tells Mona that the X-Men may know he exists and fears that they may be suspecting something about Mona. Mona just tells her brother that the X-Men are scattered and too caught up with their own issues, and if they were suspecting anything, it's because he won't give her a moment of peace. Her brother knows that she hates him and hates that he hijacked Mona's body, but he explains that he can help her and even guide her, because he knows the last thing she wants is her friends finding out about him. So her brother tells her that they need to distract them with another problem and give them something else to worry about. We go to the training room where we see Psylocke training, but Magneto walks in the room and Psylocke is wondering what he wants. Magneto just wanted to check in on her and see if she was alright with all that happened with the terrorist organization known as Aqaba. Psylocke tells Magneto she's fine, so Magneto then asks about Warren. Psylocke explains that before, Archangel and Warren were two separate beings, but now they seem to have fused into making one new being. She's still working with him to see if he'll go back to how he was, but there's still a long way to go, so she tells Magneto not to worry, she isn't leaving yet. Psylocke tells Magneto that she thought about it. She thought about leaving the team, knowing he had Phantom X and Mystique working behind her back. She doesn't like Magneto keeping her in the dark, so Magneto leaves the room. Psylocke is mad that he wouldn't just tell her the truth, so she kicks the punching bag, splitting it open. Mona walks into the room, telling Psylocke that she knows it burnt her up inside, being lied to and hurt by Magneto's secrets, but Mona explains that she could help her uncover his secrets and even point her in the right direction, but all she has to do is what she's always done, simply trust her. Elsewhere, we go outside the base as we see Sabretooth going through the forest of the Savage Land. Then, Sabretooth sniffs something and finds a raptor, and then charges at the raptor. The raptor and Sabretooth claw each other, then the raptor jumps towards Sabretooth, only for him to grab the raptor and slamming him down to the ground. As he goes to bite the animal, he stops and lets the raptor go. Sabretooth is wondering what just happened, and feels his heart rate and his blood pumping, and he thinks that this isn't him anymore. He then sniffs and finds the raptor again. He then jumps at the raptor, biting him and tearing his flesh off. Sabretooth then thinks that it would understand. It ain't personal, it's just instinct, but he's interrupted by Archangel. Sabretooth is wondering if Warren saw that and asks how long he was there. Warren then tells Sabretooth he has seen enough and thinks that Sabretooth may be going back to how he was originally. He then tells Sabretooth that he's needed back at the base and tells him that they're leaving, with Sabretooth just wondering where they're going. We cut later as we see Psylocke and Sabretooth at the Hellfire Club. Sabretooth tells her if she really wanted to do some spy work, she could have waited for the house to be less crowded. But Psylocke explains that ever since her family has been a part of this organization, she knows one thing, and that there's always a party taking place. But Sabretooth asks if she had the connections, then why didn't she just go on straight forward? Psylocke explains that there's a difference between being a social member and a member of the inner circle. Sabretooth then asks why Mona isn't with them, but Psylocke tells Sabretooth that he doesn't have to worry about that, because Mona is already here. Mona greets both of them and tells everyone now the X-Men and the Hellfire Club can get down to business. Uncanny X-Men issue 11 was a very interesting and nice start to this new arc. I finally got back in the series after Apocalypse War, which I'm very glad that's over, and it's very interesting how this arc started. First of all, I wonder who this new group of mutants is. I mean, we saw them in the beginning, but we kinda don't know much about them. I mean, I kinda thought they were old X-Men villains, but it seems like they're new villains for the X-Men, which I also thought these villains were somewhat part of the Hellfire Club, but we see them later and it doesn't seem that way. It kinda seems like the Hellfire Club wants to work with the X-Men, and these villains may work for another X-Men villain. I was very happy we saw some of the aftermath effects of the Apocalypse War play out in this story. For example, Mona and her brother are fused, which I'm still kinda confused how that happened, and we see Warren affected too as well, not having the kill drone persona like he did before. Like I said earlier, we saw the Hellfire Club, and we see that maybe Magneto might be working with them in some way, and the rest of the team tries to figure it out, which it's very interesting to see more of the Hellfire Club and what more they've contributed to the story besides helping Magneto's X-Men. Also, I'm confused about Mystique and Phantom X. I mean, are they a part of the X-Men team? I mean, it kinda seems like it, but not really. They just sometimes come and go, and I mean, I kinda wish they would just really join the team and stay. That way we can maybe see more team dynamics and each of the X-Men butt heads with each other. That would be interesting to see. I mean, maybe they'll do that in the future, but hey, who knows. Overall, this was a nice start to a new story with good action and good art by Greg Land, which I really liked in this book, and I'm very intrigued how this story keeps going. Overall, I think I would give this a 7.5 out of 10, and I highly recommend this if you want to get back into X-Men or just want to find a good start to a new arc. But like I said, 7.5 out of 10. Hey guys, thanks for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more Iron reviews, and check out my Twitter at IronHulk018. My name's August, and until then.